Right. I'm going to try something else. I mean, I'm clearly going to like another thumbnail more, but let's... That's going to have something to do with it. I'm going to like another thumbnail more. So it could be like someone that's always looking for the grass is always going to be greener somewhere else, or, you know, choosing looks over whatever else. Let's see. So I don't know if they're even going to really show up. Yeah, you can't see the words. Can't see the words. Right, fuck that. They're not the thumbnail. Right, so sorry I'm a wee bit later than planned, but it's always part of the cosmic plan. So again, sorry I'm a wee bit later than planned could also be a message. Let's put the I don't even know if those conversion the prices are right, but whatever, that's... I don't know if anyone's going to do that anyway. It's just always have that in there as an option. Right, the goal is... I will continue with Mediumship Monday. I'm going to do that anyway, but like I said, I always just like to use this because better than not, I'll forget about it if I don't. Right. How are you all doing? Talk to me if you're there. Hope you had a nice weekend. I did. I actually socialised, which is very unlike me, but right. So, but that's what Gemini season's about, and that's what we go into tomorrow, guys. By this time tomorrow, we're in Gemini season. So, right, I've called it Sacred Mission Initiation, Friendships, and Love Yourself. So those cards I just flung down there. Basically, that was because I always just see what the energy is. Well, I don't always, but I started doing that the last few times because it works well. And yeah, the first one that came out was Cosmic Power, Unlimited Potential, Sacred Mission Initiation. Wait a minute, we didn't do the usual. So those cards are just flung down. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, that's interesting to me because it's Aquarius moon right now. And that's why, if you didn't catch the memo of what I said I'm doing, I'm going to try where possible to make the oh, what's this? I've never seen this. Oh, it's the first. It was Channing Tatum running for an arrow. So again, there could be something here about shooting your shot or something because it was like it was a Versace advert. But I was like, sorry, that distracted me. But watch out for distractions. But unless they're welcome, that was welcome. But yeah, Sacred Mission Initiation. That's really cool because yeah, like I said, instead of doing all the signs, which I don't, again, I read the signs, but I'm more interested in the house energy, like, so it's because we've all got these energies somewhere. That's why I encourage everybody to watch them all. And so proud of you guys as a collective because that has so far, look, I'm only a few, I can't remember what sign I started this on again, but it was only a couple of signs ago. And so far, there's way more, like way more views, almost double the amount of views that what they usually get when I do them. So that's, you know, some sort of growth. That is a good sign to just keep doing it this way. So, and like I said, if you like, comment, all that, get involved in the live chat, that all helps. So thanks if you do that. But yeah, Sacred Mission Initiation right now with the moon in Aquarius. It's like I always tap in with more of my galactic. I work with galactic guides every day, but it's more of my galactic self really sort of comes through. So the messages could be more of that way. But I don't know, it just feels like Sacred Mission Initiation. It feels like a lot of your unique twin flame missions could be coming online. Like I definitely feel with like you and your twin, I feel see what I mean? I'm just letting this flow through. I feel, especially for the masculine, whether you're male or female, I feel the shift of Saturn going in Aries, joining Neptune in Aries, which happens on Saturday. that is like a real sort of commitment to your long-term goals, because Saturn is there for like 30 years. And so we're coming out of that transit as Saturn in Pisces and moving into a whole new, it's huge energy. And then the Neptune that just moved in Aries is huge as well. And it's Aries is a sign of change, passion, new beginnings, fire, twin flames, fire, passion. There's a song that's just come out that says denial is a river. So I don't know what that song is, but I just saw the word denial. So again, this could be a lot of the masculines coming out of denial and waking up to, their purpose. So again, that's a big message. But again, this is what I mean. Like, because I'm tapping into Aquarius, Uranus energy, it's like shock. This can be shock, epiphanies, awakening. Like, how did I not see this before? Or how have I been able to, you know, switch off from that side of me for this long? I could go on and on and on, but that kind of energy, love yourself. And I feel the message is because you're loving yourself and you're being more of a friend to yourself. Never mind a friend, you're being a best friend to yourself. Notice how they've worked with the energy of Aquarius. They always do this. I geek out on it because Aquarius is friendship, right? So it's like, but I feel the more, if you've not even started on this, like, you're like, no, I'm a shit pal to myself. I'm allowing people around me that are treating me like crap, whoever they are, whether it's love, friendship, family, blah, 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 hopefully not, then you can start today to not allow that. But if you're on that journey of healing, I feel that is the message, that the more you value yourself, the more you're realizing these people I've got around me don't even really value me, or like, I don't feel good about myself when I'm around this person or these people or this group. You know what I mean? This is what I'm kind of tapping into some of the masculines feeling. So is this friendship, make a date for a play day with one or more friends, love yourself. But also I feel this is also about a lot of twin flames that have been in no contact. Like, you're actually making a date, for like a play date. Like, it's like inner child, but it feels like, there's a lot of, I'm noticing on this card, there's children at the top on the surface of the water, and then there's this little boy way down the bottom. So it feels like that, as they're talking about someone's inner child, like someone's deep feelings are coming to the surface, which would have been helped with Moon and Aquarius conjunct Pluto yesterday. It's like deep feelings are coming to the surface, and I feel there could be people like reaching out, wanting to make contact and stuff. So just look out for that if it resonates. Right. So, oh God, wait a minute, these alarms annoy me. So, who knows how many people are watching? Because this phone's telling me three, this phone's telling me, this laptop's telling me four, and I come off and sometimes it says like 50 people have been watching, so it just fucking lies. So we'll just go with whatever. Right. So I need to change this. So if I'm basically starting this now at 9, that means I'll start this at 10. Well, unless this gets really juicy and we're on a roll. But when this alarm goes off next, that'll be remind me to do mediumship Monday. Right. And the same goes, so like I've put the thing that I put there all the time. If anybody wants a 30-minute personal reading, which I'll do live just for anyone that's new, like the details are there, or if you want a 15-minute one, the details are there. It's better, well, I don't know about better, but Ko-fi's probably use that. If you don't use Ko-fi, then you can use the inbuilt button, but just make sure that you convert it to the right amount of money if you live in another country. Yeah, and the overall booking link is there. But we'll just crack on with this. And like I said, when I get on to do Mediumship Monday, if I tune in and I'm really picking up on like a loved one in spirit's energy, and it's someone in the chat, then you don't need to, you don't. I mean, you can if you want to donate. It's always welcome. It goes towards me doing this work for everyone. But you don't need to. It's just the luck of the draw. If I pick up on you, I pick up on you. So it's who needed the message, and the messages can piggyback too. But we're not on that right now, so we'll focus Aquarius. But again, expect unexpected. Not only is Aquarius about expect unexpected, shock, surprises, friendship, community, things to do with internet, electricity in general, electric moment, cosmic electric love. We put that in the title after, especially because that said cosmic power or whatever. Yeah, it's just anything goes. And because the sun is conjunct Uranus as well, which that was the main day of that was, I think it was exactly conjunct yesterday, but it's still, that energy is still there. That's why, unfortunately, like again, there was some shock. I mean, the shock again. I know I say this all the time, but there's shock biblical weather all around the world, like every day, especially these golf ball hailstones. But in particular, there was a tornado in Kentucky there. So I was checking up on Renee because she lives not far away from there. So we're grateful. The prayers must have protected Renee's. Renee's doing all right, but yeah, praying for all the people that were affected by that because there was, I think Renee said there's about 16 people that have died, and obviously, yeah, I mean, it was again, it's pretty terrifying. So, send your love out to these places that have been affected by freak weather, and yeah, it's terrible. But yes, it can also be like amazing surprises. So, and in Taurus, it's like I said, in Taurus, it is things to do with the earth, which we're used to because it's been there a while. But it's like it can be things to do with money. So it could definitely be lottery wins or like winning money in general or like wishes fulfilled. That was the shorts that I've put out already for tomorrow, was the energy of dreams coming true, wish fulfillments. But we're both people, you've been manifesting each other. You could see a lot of this manifesting, especially like the downloads I was getting earlier, especially because like tomorrow is like today's one of the last days of Taurus season, but tomorrow is the last day of the Taurus sun. So like wherever Taurus is in your chart, this might be quite interesting for you to look at. You could see like very last minute surprising, shocking things happening, good, bad, or ugly. Hopefully, they're amazing miracles. So, and whatever house that affects. So, you know what I mean? Just look out for that. But like I said, look out for it, but it'll still come as a surprise because that's what Aquarius Uranus energy is all about. So, and also, I haven't really been mentioning this much, but because like Algol is around that degree as well, Algol is it's about like, well, it's historically like literally losing your head, right? So but that can be like biting off somebody's head, or somebody like losing the head with you. So it's good to be aware of that as well. So I bet you though, when I'm saying this, I bet some of you will experience that already, where like somebody's kind of like had a go at you, and it's like, whoa, where did that come from? And like I said, that can really be because of that energy too. So anyway, there's lots I could go on about, but that's what sticks out to me. And then I'll talk when I go live. The plan just now, but again, remember what I said about changes. The plan may change, but I'm planning to do the Pisces 12th house, which is my favorite one, tomorrow about, again, roughly this time. Like it's colder here today, so I didn't mind going a bit later. I don't know why, but when it's warm, I like to just get them done earlier. But all being well, I'll come on about 8 or 9 UK time. So it's 9 now. So roughly this time tomorrow to do that one, just for an hour-ish, whatever. But yeah, tomorrow most of the day I'm just gonna yeah, have the day to myself and rest because I'll be sitting here for a few hours. And but I worked out I want to get that done tomorrow night. And then Wednesday seems to be my day off now, just now anyway. So I'm going to have Wednesday off. Although I have got a client at tea time, but that's all I've got. So I can sit with her in my jammies. That's fine. I've worked that out. And then Thursday, I think, might be a day off too. I don't think I'm doing any live streams anyway. And then Friday I'll come back and do Aries. So I'm just generally telling you the wee schedule if you want to. But I'll tell you. But right. So let's just crack on with this. So could you tell me? This is to identify the feminine that I'm going to pick up on, and feminine can be male or female, or the masculine's feminine side, and then the masculine, and that's also the feminine's masculine side, male or female. So my nose is really itchy, so we know that those loved ones in spirit are definitely gathering, because that's always my sign for that. So could you tell me, this isn't the whole deck? I just wonder where the rest is. Oh no, there it is. I just always trust that they're right. Oh, look, there's my energy and whoever else resonates. Joan of Arc, sacred activist. Do not be afraid, stand up for your beliefs. So that energy might be relevant in this, probably, because my eyes got led to it. So yeah, the right cards will come. Oh, fuck's sake, the right cards will come out, but there's a big chunk of it. Yeah, I think that's all of them. So come on, talking peoples. It's so boring without people that are talking, but I'll just persevere. So, and hello in the replay too. Thank you for watching. So, what have we got? Let's identify the feminine energy of all the people that identify with whatever story is going to come through. So, like I said, everyone's got Aquarius energy, everyone's got an 11th house. And usually when I do Aquarius, I pull through a lot about friendship because it is the house of friendship, but we'll just see what comes through. Community as well. What have we got for the divine feminine, male and female? What is a potential block that you're dealing with right now, or one that you may have worked through? And that's how you'll know this is yours. And sometimes they go more collective because, again, that's Aquarius energy too. Vulnerable. You cannot experience true intimacy unless you open your heart and be yourself. I didn't pull it out. It was kind of like the way I pulled it out, the card ended up like, it was like I pulled it out in reverse and then I flipped it over. I'll need to watch back, but it doesn't really matter. That's the way they're saying it to me. I feel that you're either somebody that you've worked through your fear of vulnerability and you're comfortable with showing your feelings and talking about your feelings and open it. And as scary as it's always going to be, like I try to explain all the time, even if you are very raw and real like myself and you're able to, listen to other people's feelings and talk about your own feelings, when it niches down to the twin flame journey, it's still nerve-wracking and terrifying. So, but I feel in general you're more comfortable than most with doing that if you're this feminine that's going to resonate with this. Or you could be the opposite energy and you're you're not experiencing that true intimacy because you're closing your heart off and you're keeping up some kind of mask. So you decide which one you are, but that's what's come out for the feminine, which can also be the masculine feminine side. So what have we got? So basically it feels like at some point you've dealt with a fear of vulnerability, whether that's in the past or now. So like I said, that does not rule out many people at all. Because I think you're lying if you say you've never dealt with a fear of vulnerability. We all have. And that's what I help people with. That's one of my main things I help you with. What have we got for the masculine? Indecision. So again, if you're the that's what I mean about general. If you're the masculine, male or female, and I know this is spot on because this is literally everybody I help, female and male, you've dealt with indecision at some point, either in the past or presently. You're afraid to make a mistake, so you won't commit either way. So again, look out for that because that could literally paralyze you in many, many things in life. And that is not a coincidence that right before before I came on here, I was in the membership and I was just sort of sharing that all the downloads I'd got. I don't know when it was, if must have been last week sometime, whatever. Whenever I'd said, because I think it must have been on the Thursday night, because I think I remember talking about it on the Friday. But whenever it was, like I was getting all these downloads about the other levels to the membership, and one of them, it was more based around helping people with things like this, like like staying stuck in indecision, like not taking action with things, freezing. So like I said in the membership, whether that is things to do with actual things like ADHD and all the rest of the labels, and when I say labels, I'm not saying that disrespectful, like things that are genuine, things you struggle with, or superpowers. Um, or whether it is like trauma or complex trauma, PTSD, depression, being in a dark night of the soul, which can seem very the same as that. It's that is the third level of what they're guiding me to make that about. So that will be more. I'll be more involved in it, obviously, because that is the idea as the levels go up. The first level is about contributing to the channel. Thank you, you know who you are. But you still do get a lot of me for what that is, because um it's every little counts, but it's I do give more of myself for what that is. Because even there, like I pulled it's women in there just now, like I pulled them all a card, and that's not part of the deal in the first level, but I end up doing it because there's not that many in there. It'll change when there's more in there, but that's a wee secret. But I mean, everyone should probably know that that's a thing. And it's the prayer circle. Again, I pray every day for everyone that's part of the channel, but I put more emphasis on it for people that are in the membership. and then you get exclusive videos. To be honest, there haven't been too many of them lately. Because like I was just explaining to them and thanking that like my energy's been a bit more flat up until the last sort of week. Well, really the past few weeks. Because like I said, May is not a month that I like, but I feel I'm through. Yeah, I feel after that full moon in Scorpio, which I was expecting, like I'm just like I said, I feel like a different person with how much I've been decluttering and cleaning and stuff. So I feel this could be relevant for a lot of you. If you've been really doing a lot of decluttering and just shifting a lot of energy, it really makes you feel amazing when you do that. I help other people with this all the time, but I can be a bit slow to kind of get on with it myself. So um but that's what I'm going to be aiming the third level at, helping people actually get shit done, basically. You know what I mean? Fuck it, let's go kind of vibes. So look out for that. I might just publish it soon anyway. And then the fourth level is like twins in union. But you can decide. It'd be useful even if you're not in union too. It just depends. I don't know until I get going with it what it's going to be about. Because when I got people to vote, it was fluctuating between people saying there was a need for it and there wasn't, which tells me that there is a need for even a small group of people. So fuck it, I'm just gonna put it. Even if it sits there for months and nobody's on it, at least it's out there. So, but yeah, that alone tells me that there is a need for that third level. But I know that there is because of who I work with. So hard to this makes me laugh so much. Hard to get. You're missing opportunities by playing too hard to get. Give someone a chance. So take that where it resonates too. Right now, I am very excited to use my new cards because I wanted these cards for ages. And it's not because they're really expensive or anything. It's just because I've already got loads of cards and I didn't need new ones. But I got a gift voucher specifically for Amazon for my birthday and it was kicking about. And I thought, I'm using that on them. So I'm quite excited to use these cards because they're quite deep. You'll have seen them elsewhere too. Right, let's go by my own spread. Come on, people. I need people to talk. Right. Let's use them now. I'm sorry. I hate how much I've hurt you. I'm so sorry for all the pain I've caused. You didn't deserve any of it. See what I mean? It just hits different, doesn't it? I said that in my Twin Flames numbers as well. But I didn't shuffle the card. But I mean we could take that the masculines in general are saying that. So and your soulmate is you're my soulmate is on the back. So let's shuffle those to be fair about it. So what is the past energy? What is the past energy? I'm single. I'm single. I'm single right now. I'm not attached to anyone and I'm not looking to get into a relationship at this time. Oh, well, there you go. That's on the feminine side. So I feel what this is all about here is that, remember, this can still be the masculine feelings too. I feel, and actually, these are based at a masculine to a feminine, but they're working with me. But I feel the feminine's been focused on ascension because there's like a hot air balloon in the background, which is always my sign of ascension. So I feel if you're the feminine, you could have been like focused on your own healing, your own ascension. Oh dear, there's a song called Psycho on. So that's clearly expect unexpected. That's going to come in somewhere. But I think it's actually the group that's called Psycho from the looks of it. But I just looked up and seen the word Psycho. So again, there could be if you're the feminine energy, you like or the masculine's feelings like you like to be real, because I just looked up and saw that. You could have dealt with somebody. Now we don't like that word, but you could have been dealing with somebody that was a bit challenging, shall we say, in the past. Now, whether that was in love or other areas of life, that could be something but I mean, I suppose that would indicate that it was love. And so that's why you've closed your heart off. And yeah, you're not looking to get into anything with anyone until you know that it's the right person. Okay. Right, let's see. So now, and so I feel if you're resonating with this, I feel the masculine ghosted you. Again, this could be making sense to every. Look at this, guys. I'm sorry, I disappeared. I needed to get away and clear my head. Now, again, this is where we have to contain the laughter if your person's been out your life for years or decades. But somewhere in the story, this person ghosted you. But I feel they ghosted you from being afraid to make a mistake. So they didn't want to commit either way. They didn't know where to really put you in their lives. And if we actually take in the feminine, because this would be the masculine's feelings, they wanted to stay single. So it's like maybe it was like a case of this person didn't want to lose you, but they also didn't want to be anything with you. So they just ghosted you. Again, it's not the right way to deal with things with people, but that is what some people do. Um, Again, it's like I've said before, this is pointing out the fucking obvious, but it is cruel to do that. And that's why ghosting is very unhealthy. But on the swim flame journey, let's just acknowledge it is a thing. And there's many different reasons why people do that, overwhelm. But it's unfair because it's leaving somebody in a constant state of limbo or hanging or, you know, dreaming for the day that never comes. And it's, you know, it can sometimes be strategic because if you're never actually getting closure on something, somebody's not moving on. So look at that if you're on the receiving end of it and don't let that hold you back from moving on if that's what you're guided to do. But also look at it from if you are the person doing it, that it's not fair. And well, basically that old test that would you want that done to you? And I suppose the answer is no. So, but I feel I'm channeling this because this is what all the people that done this have reflected on now that they've healed that part of them that was overwhelmed that done that. And because I feel the case is that if this person's ghosted you, the chances are they've ghosted a lot more people than you in love and friendship and whatever. So, but this is why I was like, oh, soon. I'm going to contact you soon. That's crazy because that is the every time I say that's crazy, I think of my youngest niece because I'm sure she gets it from me saying it. But anyway, so again, there could be something about children coming in here because and specifically she is 5, so to be specific, or you know, so 5 years could be significant too. Um that came up on the shorts for today that somebody's having a breakdown or basically someone can't take it anymore and they will be in touch soon. So a minute. And it is Gemini season tomorrow, and that is communication. It does up the chances, is what I'm saying. Like even if people aren't aware of astrology, they feel. Did I hold that? Yeah, it's like they have a stronger feeling of, or you could have a stronger feeling of wanting to communicate, or like just be social. Because, like I said, um, the way I get together with a few friends that I've got now anyway, it is always pretty spontaneous because like I'm spontaneous and my friend most of well, some of my friends aren't, but most of my friends are. And it's but it felt the right time, you know what I mean? Like it felt like I was ready to kind of like socialize a wee bit. And when I say socialize, I just mean hang out with literally like one of my pals. Um, um but yeah, I even got out in the sun for a bit, so let's see. I think I'll put these cards down for now. Focused on money. I'm currently focusing on my career and finances. My main priority is financial stability. So I feel that's so again, this could be if this resonates with you, this masculine could have ghosted you because they were more focused on money than love in general and their stability and everything else that I said. So that comes up all the time. So we know that that's definitely going to that is drummed into men in general. That's the most important thing when, of course, we know that it's not. Right, okay, so um, so what is the present focus then? Because that could have all been stuff that has been in the past, but let's. When will I use? Oh, fuck's sake! When will I use them? Let me just have a wee look at this. Let's use them now. Because so this is like I love these cards. So again, if anybody wants one of these cards, I could use them in your if anyone wants a personal one. Um right, because these are amazing. I just love them. Like this is the one that I used on the last live stream. So right, so and they remind me of very Aquarius energy. So what have we got? What is the feminine currently focused on right now, or what is a message that the feminine presently needs to either continue on your north node where you're meant to be heading, or for a lot of the feminine, it's where you are. Like basically, a lot of the feminine, you're already on your sacred mission yourself, and you know if you're the divine feminine, you hope that your masculine joins you on that journey. They get on their own journey first and foremost, and then you meet up to be on your sacred mission together. Um, But let's just see. So it's either going to come up to do with whether you're working on your fear of vulnerability or whether you've worked through that and whatever else you need to know to get you, like I said, so you're either on your North Node path or this is to get you onto it. And remember, I know it can be confusing if you're new, but everyone else hopefully gets it by now because I go on about all the time. This can also still make sense to the masculine twin, regardless of your gender. And it would just be your more receptive side, your feelings, all that. So music could be a thing, or musical instruments because it's got a woman holding a guitar, curly hair because her hair looks like my kind of curls today. She's got blonde hair though. Blonde hair could be significant. 13, 13 is the death card, Scorpio energy. So there could be some kind of ending, transition, rebirth, new beginning. And it's got voice of an angel. So angels could be significant here too, or you might be a singer, you might be a good singer, or you just might like to sing. You don't need to be a good singer to sing. I prove that all the time. Right, so haven't sang yet though. I have got the music channel on though, as you saw when I said. So, right, voice of an angel. You have something to say. See what I mean? Gemini energy coming in. You have something to say. There is a unique voice within you that wants to be expressed creatively in the world. Now, again, if you're the feminine, you could actually already be doing that, or this is where you're meant to be heading. Whether it is a conversation you need to have, a truth stated, a song to be sung, or a book to be written. Again, hilarious, all Gemini stuff. Honor your voice. Know that it is inspired and can help not only your own spiritual growth, but support others on the path too. And because this is for Aquarius in the 11th house, that is about reaching, globally. And, it can be, although like, the world stage is like the 10th house, the 11th house is like community. And if you think about the internet, that's how I'm talking to you right now. So however that fits for you, whether you're somebody that's meant to, do like like podcasts or YouTube channels or all the other different loads of social media ways, or I was more going with like somebody that like tours and you talk from a stage, like maybe like promoting a book or something. So however this fits. If you do not allow inspiration to flow, you will feel blocked, as though something that needs to happen naturally is not happening. It is an uncomfortable sensation that can lead to feelings of depression. Oh, how interesting that that's already come through. Self-doubt, lack of confidence, and eventually wear away at your self-esteem. Sometimes we unintentionally hold ourselves back from expressing the inspirations, ideas, and imaginations we feel because we're afraid that we're making it up, that we'll be judged, or fail to deliver a worthy expression of that idea. Now, if you're keeping up with this, although this is a feminine's card, I'm also linking this back to the divine masculine's feelings of being afraid to make a mistake so you won't commit either way. That you see how that could be those of you that are very talented and gifted and you're afraid to switch up whatever it is you're doing, even if it's just for a hobby. But a lot of hobbies can turn into work. But it's kind of like this could be about you're afraid to express yourself in case you make a mistake. There's actually a card in that divine masculine deck like that. I wouldn't be surprised if that comes out. If it comes out, it's like I'm planning. I'm just afraid of messing up my stupid behavior. So let's see if it comes out. So maybe we think someone else will do it better anyway, or we simply don't choose to value our inspiration enough to make it a priority in our lives and don't set aside time and devote energy to bring it to life, which again is what I'm being guided that the third level of membership, whenever I publish that, is to help people get out of that indecision and stuck energy. So again, I'm just saying that for when I publish it. When the oracle of the voice of an angel appears, you're being given two pieces of guidance. Firstly, your idea, intuition, and imagination is not off base, but spot on for your unique life journey, which is like your sacred mission initiation. You're tapping into pure inspiration, and the divine muse of creativity is blessing you. If you feel blocked, which that's very linked to this Uranus energy, like, out the blue, amazing epiphanies that could help a lot of people, pay attention, write shit down, pay attention to your dreams. If you feel blocked or uncertain about how to direct your creativity, the universe is letting you know that you're being sent a muse, the inspiration you need to find your own true voice. And often it comes through that the masculine sees their own feminine as a muse on their journey. But this could be anyone that's a muse for you, because this is the feminine's card, but it can be for the masculine too. Secondly, you're being asked to trust, have courage and confidence in yourself, and to follow through on the gift of an idea that has been given to you. Again, could be through this Uranus energy. This is not a time to keep quiet, play it safe, hold yourself back, or allow others to step up and speak for you. It's time to speak your truth, express yourself, to have confidence in your own ideas and inspirations in your own voice. Again, totally Gemini, and we're moving into Gemini season tomorrow. Love it. This oracle also confirms that as the time has come, or very soon will. Oh, and then we had that one about very soon. For these ideas to transform into physical reality, as we're in the very last days of Taurus, physical manifestation. So again, there's something about this that some of you could be like, oh, well, that's it. You know, it's like, this is not going to happen or whatever, whether it's love, work, whatever. And it's like, right at the last minute, something happens, shockingly. They will require action in your physical world, and therefore you will attract opportunities to bring what started as a wonderful idea with material reality. If you want to manifest something and have already been working to that end, Voice of an Angel confirms that this is going to happen. You will sing your own soul song in whatever way is true for you. Right, love it. So here's the wee thingamajigger to go with it. So with one hand, gently touch the base of your throat with your fingertips. What, like this? Place the other hand lightly over the upper chest, resting on your heart. Breathe in and out and relax for several breaths. Then remove your hand from your throat and say this or listen to this, right? So if I've understood that right, place one hand lightly over the upper chest, rest in your heart. I think it really matters too. So I'm channeling this healing energy to you as I'm saying it. Oh, for fuck's sake, wait a minute. Right. My voice is an expression of my spirit. I trust in my inspired ideas to bring my spirit to life in the world for the greatest good. I am assisted by divine love, protection, grace, and empowerment now in all ways to voice my truth. Thank you. Now you're going to use your voice. Oh my God, guys. No wonder Joan of Arc came out. That is a bit crazy, isn't it? Like, I just realised when I was reading that. Do not be afraid, stand up for your beliefs. And again, that is, if there's any energy that I feel the most strongly guided by, she's right up there. So, and again, it's not a coincidence. That is what I help people do. I've helped many people that were terrified to be on social media that now are not only doing it for fun, they're doing it for a business. Some of them making a lot more money than me, I might add. And again, I'm not thinking anyone in particular, but that's just a case. That is a case for quite a lot of people. I might just use that as the thumbnail. Where's that? Oh, fuck's sake, it's... Nah, don't know where it is. Not in the shot. We'll just see. We'll just see whether I use that one. It depends whether I've held it in the shot long enough. But I just noticed that connection. Right, okay. So remember, that is the feminine's card, but that is also for the masculine. So I've just done it. That's funny. Right, so same goes. This is for the masculine and the feminine's masculine side for your present, where you are currently. So for that one, you could already be somebody that is speaking your voice in the world, being the change you wish to see in the world and helping other people find their voice. Or that's what you're guided to do. It's what you'd feel a strong calling to do. And remember, when I say you've got a strong calling to do it, you might be like, I don't want to do this. Like that's why I always have to stress this, especially for people that are new, because the people that are not new have actually seen me go through the transformation the past decade, which would, I'd imagine, it's quite interesting. Like, I've watched other people that I've watched for that long go through transformations too. It's like, for those of you that are new, like, this wasn't an overnight thing for me to be this confident. I've went from being extremely shy to being able to sit here and do this like that. So, and to be able to empower other people. And if truth be told, like I said, I was empowering a lot of other people to do it, even despite me still having hesitations and delaying and stalling and blah, 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 especially with YouTube. Like, I helped loads of people actually do YouTube well long before me, and loads of other platforms. So that's a true story. it's a personal sort of thing, you know. It's because I knew how important it was. And also just that, you know, I've geeked up on YouTube for like since YouTube came out, and it's just, you know, it is, I don't know, I do love it, but it is interesting how, like, you know, I admire anyone that keeps going despite the spiritual warfare that comes at you to stop putting the message of truth out there. Because again, remember, I am not afraid. I was born for this. Now, although that is one of my main guides, I could be speaking to a lot of other divine feminine that really resonate with this too. And even if that doesn't resonate as one of your main guides, you should all be interested in the energy of standing up for truth. You don't need to be standing up for it as strong as like me or what some other people do. But that is just in general. I feel that is the shift of Saturn going into Aries at the weekend. That I feel that's why Joan of Arc energy is coming out really strong. Wait a minute. I do want that for the thumbnail. That's what it's for. It does feel like that. It's like this the Joan of Arc codes, as I always hear it as, are like coming in, a minute, to shake shit up. You know what I mean? To like stand in your truth. Do not be afraid. Stand up for your belief. Love it. Right, masculine. Don't be shy. Give us the card. Ah, Pixie Perrot, 36. 3 and 6 is 9. 9 is endings. Interesting card. So what I'm noticing is all the makeup. Some days that's me. Hopefully, actually, that does look a bit like my makeup the night when my when my eyeliner starts going. Hopefully, not an exact match, guys. But when it starts going under my, and it, like I look like Alice Cooper, but that's really funny. I wonder if that's because that's funny because I saw a shorts the other night and it was like a compilation of like girls that have like done their makeup and like their husband or their boyfriend walk in and it's like, but it's like that. It's like way, you know, horrendous. But I'm not being funny. Like sometimes people, there's Love Island springs to mind when I watch. You know what I mean? If you think you've went OTT in your makeup, just put one of those programs on and you're like, what the fuck, man? Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? That's the kind of people you go to bed with them looking like something, and you wake up and they're a fucking whole different person. The makeup's came off on the pillow, and you're like, holy shit, maybe maybe that's happened to someone. Oh dear. Anyway, that's why again, it's I always say it, but it's like, look, you're better just genuinely doing that healing, whether you're a woman or a man, to love yourself in all your forms. That's from the vow. I promise to love you in all your forms. That just sort of popped in my head. But you know what I mean? Like, all jokes aside, I know it's coming through random, but Aquarius is weird and wonderful. It's like, learn to love yourself with the skin you're in, right? Whatever weight you are, makeup, no makeup, the exact weight you want to be, a little heavier, a little lighter, you know, all these kind of things. Um, your great hair day, you're not so great hair day. Because when you can learn to unconditionally love yourself, like whatever way, and accept yourself, especially in the twin flame journey, that helps your twin flame do the same. And again, as I say all the time, there can be quite a delay in that. So you want to get started on it now if you're the feminine energy, and it is worth it because do it for you. But it is, I feel it is a nice feeling as well to know that by you working on yourself, you're doing it for you, but you are actually also helping the other person. And it's just like what I said, you just don't know when that shift is going to take place. It could seem like things happen overnight and it's, oh, how the fuck did that happen? But slowly, slowly, everything's been changing underneath the surface. So, oh, that's an interesting message. But right, so this is for the masculine, but the feminine's masculine side too. So this is where you're already at. You're on your North Node path, or this is where you want to be heading. So I don't know if I've ever read this before. Oh, there's an original you, again, already Aquarius energy, because Aquarius is about being original. You know, Aquarius energy is about uniqueness, you know. So there is an original you, the you that has always been and will always be you. No matter how much the outer forms of your body your work, your lifestyle, your world seem to change, the original, essential you is always there within, unique, precious, and just as you were created to be. Kind of similar to what I just said. So, within you is an intelligence that helps you adapt to various life circumstances and situations. You might do this consciously or unconsciously, but the point of any type of adaptation is survival. The pixie perot, I don't know how to say that, perot, I don't know, card brings you a message. There is more meant for you in this life than merely surviving. You know how I'm like, I don't know how to say that. Although I'm talking about the word, I feel like this could be a masculine that doesn't know how to say something, doesn't know how to express something. Um, you're actually meant to thrive. This oracle reminds you that you thrive most fully, abundantly, and deliciously when you are just you. So, Aquarius, this message, I love it. Not the version of you that another may prefer, nor the one that helps you fit in the crowd. So I think I was on to something when I was being drawn to all the makeup. So, again, whether you're a woman or a guy, it's like this is just about the mask that you wear, that's not the real you. Because again, there's nothing wrong with makeup. I love makeup. But again, like I was saying, if you're new to catching me, I do videos where I've not got makeup on too, because it's liberating, you know what I mean? You don't always need to, like I said, it's funny because it's like whenever I see my dad, if I'm not wearing makeup, you'll be like, oh, you've not got makeup on. But it's kind of like, and then there'll be other times where people won't say anything because there's some these whole months where I won't actually have makeup on at all. But it's just because I'm more doing so many videos all the time and that now, I prefer to have my makeup on than not. Do you know what I'm saying? But there's definitely some times in the year, probably like it used to be January, but now I tend to do a lot in January on here. I'd say it's more like Pisces season. That's when I'm like, I'll not have makeup on most of the Pisces season because I'm just like hermit mode, and that'll be when I do videos with my hands and stuff. But yeah, anyway, whatever that all means to someone. But in general, it's about not needing to keep a face on for, because you're comfortable who you are and you're comfortable with who you're around. Um, right, not the version of you that another may prefer, nor the one that helps you fit in the crowd, but just you, as you have always been. Even if that doesn't seem like enough for some people, it is more than enough for you to have the life you deserve that would bring you the most peace, happiness, and love. That's interesting because I've filmed the shorts for the next week, and there was definitely a continuous theme of masculines wanting peace. So I feel there is a transition of a lot of divine masculines like not being so excited by like the drama and the I don't know, like the hustle and the bustle and the like working could even be like overworking and stuff. It feels like people craving like a peaceful kind of life. You'll see what I mean when they come through. So when the oracle of Pixie Perot comes to you, it is time to get back to the essence of you. It might be time to go back to things you dreamed about in childhood or something that really feels like it expresses the true you that you cast aside for some very logical and sensible reason or other. Bear in mind, this is. Sorry, guys. Now I know why I left the card out. Bear in mind, this is the masculine who ghosted out of indecision. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to be a dick, but it is quite funny with what comes through all the time. So, if you are the masculine and you cast aside something or someone for a very logical and sensible reason, maybe something to do with money, working on your money, or in some cases, I think choosing people that aligned more with your values. That could be changing. That might be a talent, passion, or lifestyle you are pursuing, or a deep seated need to create and express yourself through art, clothing, music, or dance. It's time to reclaim it. But seriously, that is like what I said earlier in this. A lot of masculines are like driven towards money, 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 and success. And not just males. I've helped and still help a lot of females that are like that too, that are very money, 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 and career. Like I said, I've helped loads of creatives as well, where it's like, I'll help them with so much of it, and then they slink out. And again, it's just because a lot of females get very competitive, and that's why they'll fall off my radar because I'm not interested. Like I said the other day, I compete with the version I was yesterday. So whenever anyone comes around me like that, I'm like, they'll be sort of God will shift them out the way to go and go into the join that rat race of people that are going to sort of join in, because that's the old paradigm. You know, you should be being original and yeah, don't fall into that competition bullshit. Right, it's time to reclaim it. So I feel this is about the masculine, whether you're a male or female, like coming out of indecision, coming out of unhealthy habits like ghosting people and expressing your feelings. If you want to end something, you end it, whether it's love, friendship, and in some unique cases, family. Like, you know, you keep trampling all over my boundaries, you keep not letting me live the life I want to live. If you're not going to respect that, we need to create some distance. Or in some cases, I'm moving on completely. I've helped people in that case. This is hilarious. I've just looked up the TV and somebody had Holy Spirit written on their pants. I'm not even kidding. So I don't even know what this song is, but what a weird way for the Holy Spirit to come in. But I'm always channeling the Holy Spirit. But I want to see what the song's called now. But yeah, I feel this is about the masculine, and you're reclaiming a bit more of your own feminine energy, your own sort of like passionate feelings, and like expressing your feelings is what it feels like it's coming through. From little dreams and childhood fantasies, a full grown life purpose can blossom, even if it seems fanciful rather than practical. Don't drop the ball. Give yourself a chance to be and be seen, to live and thrive as the real you. You are you for a good reason, not by error, oversight, or mistake. Love yourself. Wow, that was the card. That was the card for the title. Love yourself and let yourself live, thrive, and express the original genius of you. Cool. Right, so this is the healing trick, which is what's called in this book for the masculine and the feminine's masculine side. So close your eyes if you feel guided to. And come on, send it out a telepathic call. Come on, people come and chat. Fucking like pulling teeth when there's nobody on here. Right, so close your eyes and relax for at least 5 inhalations and exhalations. So breathe in, telling yourself relax. Breathe out, telling yourself release. Breathing in, telling yourself relax. Breathing out, telling yourself release. Breathing in, telling yourself relax. Breathing out, telling yourself release. Breathing in, telling yourself relax. Breathing out, release. And lastly, but carry it on, breathing in, relax, and breathing out, release. And before I start, I'm just going to get us to imagine a cloud of mist forming above the top of our head. And it's a tornado of sagey mist. And that is just going to go from the top of your head, your upper chakras, all the way down to the bottom chakras, going clear, 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 all the way down from the top, whirling down over your chakras, all the way down over your upper body, your lower body chakras, going over your knees, which are about worthiness, and you are so worthy and who you are born to be in this world. Just like Joan of Arc, I was born for this. I am not afraid, or the other way around, I am not afraid I was born for this. You were also born for something that's unique for you. And you might even take inspiration from famous people of the past, you know. Like I said, that just so happens that's an energy I really resonate with, but there'll be loads of other women and men that really resonate with the energy of Joan of Arc too. And like I said, I really do feel with Gemini season about expressing yourself. How interesting. A song's just come on called Back to Friends by Somber, Sombr. Don't know what this is. I don't know what, I might change the channel. I don't know what any songs are, but the words will be relevant because Aquarius is the house of friendship. But yes, you are worthy and you've come in here with a unique mission, and you may be remembering it right about now if you're not already on it, or your divine counterpart is. So the energy goes down over your knees, down over your feet, and we let go of the old energy, the karmic lessons, the karmic people, the things that do not serve you anymore, that you've already identified that you need to let go of. And this is just to help you with that. And we disconnect from the old earth of fear, lack, negativity, and the energy of anyone keeping you stuck. And then we thank for the lessons and let go of the pain, and we connect to the new earth of peace, calm, abundance, balance of your inner masculine and feminine, and set an intention for whatever it is you feel you need. And I'll carry on reading this. So you're going to feel, visualize, and imagine, or pretend. Oh, pretend. My words went funny again. This is picking up on finding it hard to speak about things. You're going to feel, visualize, imagine, or pretend that you can sense a child within your heart. That child might be in nature or in a room or in a shining blood red temple of love deep in your heart. I am just noticing before I read the rest of this, that must be why they like I you know that when I said that's crazy, it reminded me of my niece. So again, because she's 5, there could be something significant about your 5-year-old self. I think there is, because I had a synchronicity today where I was looking at a picture. Actually, come to think of it, I was looking at a picture last night that's just sort of in my hall where I'm 5. And then I was looking at another one today that was reminding me of being. So I think there's something really significant about 5. Smile at that child. Let there be love in your smile. Let that child know you are so happy to see him or her, to love and appreciate and spend some time with them. So I'm going to do this too. It's kind of hard for me to do it but I'm going to do that just for a minute too, because I've just realized. I mean, they will have been guiding me, those synchronicities, to do this, but it must be for me too. That child might have something to show you. It might be a dream, a symbol, something precious to them, or even just a smile. Perhaps they are sad, angry, frightened, and alone. Accept whatever the child wants to show you without judgment. Respond with love, patience, validation, and encouragement. Tell that child within, I love you. Again, wow, when it links back to the love yourself card. So just, you know, let's just take a few minutes if you're doing this. And if you want to do it in replay, I would do it. This feels quite powerful. So there must be, if you are the divine masculine energy, whether you're male or female, and this can go for the feminine too, you must have already been doing some deep inner child healing, or you're strongly guided to at this time. And it's ongoing for most people anyway, but there's something coming through about football for someone. Like I feel someone's, because there's an advert that's had no ball games and football. It's an advert for Barclays actually, but it's just I feel that's going to mean something to someone. It's just I feel it's like someone's inner child is like, I don't know, maybe you like watching football, or you. I feel it's more like you actually need your inner child actually wants you to play football. So, or if you already do, maybe you fell out the habit, but it's just with all the combinations. So that anyway, I'm going to close my eyes and do my own stuff now. So whoever that fits for. So just let your inner child come forward, whether you take the suggestion of your 5-year-old self or just notice whatever age comes to you, and notice whether they're sad, happy, angry. Like I was actually, mine was quite funny when I saw my 5-year-old self. I actually saw my hair being quite similar to this, but because I had really, really long hair, which I used to like my mum would put it into like pleats, and it would be like mermaid kind of hair, like or like or it'd be crimped. And or like I would have it in cute bunches. Like if you followed me from the Facebook days, you'll know because I used to put the picture up all the time. But if I can find it somewhere, I'll put it up. But like it was, I did look pretty cute, but it was like I had really, really, really long hair. So it was like I just was saying to my inner child, "Oh, I like your hair." You know what I mean? So, but you know, let's now just take a few minutes and see if there's anything that wants to come through, like a poignant message, or your inner child might be angry, or whatever. Let's just see. Hmm. Right. Okay, so hopefully you've had enough time. And again, if you haven't had enough time, I have got loads of shamanic journeys, soul retrievals on the healing playlist for you to have really quite deep, profound experiences. Or of course you can do that me one to one. But it doesn't need to be anything huge. Like I was just getting my inner child was just inspiring me, like saying it was actually about like visiting somewhere with like my nieces. And it didn't actually really matter too much where it what I, like anyway, I don't need to go into details, but it was kind of interesting. It was like I was like, what did I like to do when I was that age? And I was like trying to think and I couldn't, and then it's kind of not too dissimilar to now. Like I do love going on wee day trips or wee like, when I'm not in the house is what I mean. But you know what I mean? Like I just appreciate like the little things like that, like going for a coffee. I've not had coffee now for nearly 6 months, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's going like on a wee adventure. So yeah, just that, maybe that's someone else's. Right. So when you're ready, say this aloud or listen to these words. The child within, the original me, just as I was created by universal love to be, guides me to my true destiny. Oh, that's very interesting, Divine Masculines, especially because the shorts for tomorrow was the card at the very end was the fates, like being guided, to your destiny and it's fated. So whether that is about love, success, whatever, that's tying up with the energy I've already channeled. So repeat a few times if that feels more powerful for you. If there's something I've done it again. This is what I do every single time. It's going to say what I've just said. If there is something you like to do as a child, I hadn't read that bit genuinely. Playing, reading, drawing, colouring in, dancing, singing, painting, cooking, and for someone it's playing football, mud pies perhaps, swimming, hugging trees, or talking to the birds, then do that for as long as feels good. So the next, practical, reasonable opportunity, do something like that. Like, because like I said, I don't drive, so I'm kind of limited to. I mean, but there are things that there are things I can do with my nieces. But I was actually specifically being shown somewhere where I like, when I liked when I went there, and it's like they would like it. So it's yeah. So I would have a wee day out with my nieces and my mum at some point doing that. So right, so I'm now going to get you to open your eyes, but I'm going to just count us out because I've done that for a while. So I'm going to count from 10 to 1. And when I get to 2, you're going to think about opening your eyes. And when I get to 1, you're going to open your eyes wide awake, back on the YouTube. So ready to come back now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Think about opening your eyes. 1, open your eyes, wide awake, wide awake. Now you might not have went into a dreamy sleepy state, but you might have because I was doing that a while. Let me just see how long I've been doing this. Oh, an hour. So I looked at the right kind of because it's just, I mean, Mediumship Monday doesn't need to be that long to be honest, but I just wanted to see. Right. So that was the present. So karmic lessons that are being learned or that need to be released. Let's see. So let's use these. Oh, look, see, that's the card for the today's shorts. Breaking point. Limit, final straw, overwhelmed. So hopefully that helped with some of you that might be feeling a bit overwhelmed. Right. So what is a karmic lesson that the feminine is either still learning or something that you've worked through? Whether you're male or female, and this can also be for the masculines, feminine side, your feelings, your receptive energy. New chapter, I'm trying to move on. So, yeah, I would say that that is present energy for both. The feminine, you are trying to move on from wherever you felt stuck and stagnant. And, and I feel just like, again, I think that could be as simple as like when I was saying you, like, you could be feeling like guided to see more of your friends and, just guided to be a bit more out of hermit mode, right? And I also feel for the masculine, you are again, this is about being guided on your sacred mission. And same thing, yeah, it could be that maybe you've not been seeing as many of your people and you're being guided to do that. But I feel it's about moving on to where there's fireworks, especially for those of you where if it was a bit, well, there's a lack of fireworks, a lack of passion. It's like this is because that's quite, you know, what I'm looking at here is vulnerable. I'm single, a new chapter. I'm trying to move on. But that's for the feminine, but you know what I mean? That's the masculine's feminine side too. So take that where it all resonates. So what for the masculine, the feminine's masculine side, the feminine's logical, analytical side, which might kick in with Gemini. Open heart. Yes. And it's got the word vulnerable, which is the open, receptive, empathy, vulnerable. And notice that I'd already just used the word receptive because I always just hammer home, you know, what the feminine masculine energies are generally. The masculine, the karmic lesson you're in right now is opening your heart, being more receptive, being more in your feelings, empathizing with the other. And wow, guys, look at this combo. Oh, fuck. I thought nearly fell in my cup of tea. So again, you could be getting the tea on something very soon, or you could be in hot water, although that'll be cold now for how long I've been doing. But the card nearly fell in the coffee tea. But look, I feel the masculine is really empathizing, particularly if they ever ghosted you through not being able to make a decision about something. Like the empathy is really kicking in, and that would account for the deeply emotional, turbulent feelings that I've felt in the masculines, but also the overwhelming like bombardment of like, you know, so again, I don't know how many of you actually follow other twin flame people, but being honest, I'm sure that's gonna be a lot of you that do follow other people. And there's just a really like strong theme. And what's really interesting, I say this all the time, but I channeled a lot of these messages months ago, but at least some of them were like a week ago when I done the shorts. And all these ones that, you know, you're seeing, well, the last of it was today's one, but these ones were the last few days. I've noticed people's bigger videos tying in with the shorts that I filmed like a week ago. And they are all about like tonight's one basically is, you know, somebody can't take it anymore. So that is definitely a huge collective theme. Now, it doesn't mean all the masculine, female, and males are in that energy, but there is quite a lot of them or use in that. But again, some people could be overwhelmed with being forced to look at how would you feel if someone done that to you kind of energy. Like, you know, yeah, I'm sorry I disappeared. I needed to get away and clear my head. Ghosted. Empathy, vulnerable, indecision. Yeah, that's whatever that means to you. It's like I can feel what they're saying there. Right. So, but the masculine is it basically that's beautiful because it feels like this is a combined energy of both twins being ready for a new chapter, moving on, excitement, fireworks, and being receptive to one another. I love it because you've had enough time of this. Look, withdrawn, single, lonely, and solitary. There's a lot of single coming through here. So I don't think this one in particular is for people that are stuck with someone else for once. I mean, I was picking up on a lot of them and it was getting a bit draining. So I feel this is really going to speak to people that have broken free of karmic cycles, karmic partners, and are ready to move on. And you've spent a lot of time healing. So well done if you spent that time doing that and someone's coming in for your forgiveness. I'm struggling to get over the past. And I feel that's because a lot of people aren't going to be able to do the next part of your healing until you go forward to ask for that forgiveness. Right. So, right, shadow work. Let's get these cards. So, what's some shadow work for the feminine? Or it could be something you've already worked through. Right. I feel it's going to be stuff people already worked through, but let's just see. You never know because we're on different timelines. Charisma. Love flows to you. You radiate charisma and charm. So divine feminine, yeah, it's like I said, I feel this is the energy you're in. I attract, I don't chase. And that's not in an arrogant way. It's just like you're out of chaser mode, you know, so you might be finding you're not watching the abundance of videos you used to watch on the twin flame journey. You're not feeling the need to tune in to every single thing that your favorite twin flame person does, whether it's me or anyone else, guys. But it's kind of like, you know, you're just yeah, you're not in chaser mode anymore. And because you're not in that energy, you're finding that you're attracting a lot to you're attracting your masculine, but you could be attracting just abundance in general, like good energy. So be careful of that, because a song came on called Girl Group, Yay. Oh my god, that's quite interesting though. Girl Group, Yay Saturday. So there could be something very significant with Saturday's shift of Saturn in Aries. But I feel they're sort of saying there, because you're in this like charismatic energy, just be mindful that, yeah, like I said, a lot of people could be getting drawn to you, but just make sure that it's people that you trust, people that you want around you. You know what I mean? Right. Masculine, and same with masculine. You're in a lot of charismatic energy, although masculine male and females do tend to be the ones that are not always, but do tend to be the ones that are more extroverts and out there, playful, having fun, and all that kind of stuff. And then it's, you know, but there's with twin flames, I've explained that loads of times when I've noticed that, or just felt it when me and mine. It's like, but um, again, same goes. Like, just be mindful of people that could be getting attracted to you, and yeah, I think we know the rest. So, what have we got for the masculine? I thought the X was going to come out, but I would be, is it on the back? Dressing up, but see what I mean? Relax. Find joy in the simple pleasures of just being together. So that isn't that beautiful, that I felt the karmic lessons for whatever twins are tuning into this. I feel it feels like there's going to be major T on whatever the stuff you've moved through was, especially with the whole combination of ghosted and, you know, indecision and all, and vulnerability, you know, fear of vulnerability. There's just, it feels like ghosted is a major theme for this. And it's quite interesting because Aquarius on the shadow side is detachment, you know, so it's like it's either about friendships and, but it does feel like, yeah, that someone's just really detached in this. But yeah, it feels like that what the masculine wants to do, longs to do, is what I'm hearing, is just like enjoying any kind of time, like relaxing and being at peace, like with the feminine when it gets to this point. But at the same time, this is what I mean about the extrovert. The one on the back was dressing up, an opportunity to dress up and party, fun times ahead. So again, it feels like I'm picking up on the masculine collective, male and female, that are quite spontaneous. Like this is so interesting when I do that. I channeled the exact same message for one of the ones the other week there, like a few days ago. It was like someone that wants like a bit of both. Like it's like this person's like fantasizing about just like, you know, like just chilling out, watching a film, or like, or going out, and whatever you're going out at, like, you know, just it's anything really. That's what I'm feeling. It's like this person's like, again, remember, this person can be a lot of your masculines or a lot of you. It's like this person's like, it just feels like this person's kicking themselves because it feels like they've got a good idea of all of the times where you just wanted something like that, like whether it's something simple with them or something fun like going out and dancing and stuff like that. It's like this person's like feeling really in their feels about that. Hmm. Yeah, look, charisma, love flows to you. You radiate charisma and charm. And so, because of that, again, this is specific, but because of that, someone is going to come in and like, it's like they're feeling into what you would want to do. But like, if that feels like somebody's like, you know, going to come in with a lot of charm and trust. Look, guard your heart. Not everyone deserves your trust. Yeah, this person just doesn't. That this person's very aware. that you're guarded. Your twin flame is very aware that you're guarded. Twin flame, trust the magnetic pull of your twin flame. It will guide you towards them. Trust your, but look, the message there is your twin flame wants you to trust them. That's beautiful. Where's Joan? Where's Joan when we need her? Joan. Don't know where I put her. Did I shuffle her back in? Say, oh, that's not a coincidence. So again, remember, that's not a coincidence because that's one of my main guides. So I was looking for Joan and I picked up Saint Germain, Violet Flame. Alchemy, release the old, make way for the new. So again, I feel Saint Germain this is a wave of twins that Saint Germain works very closely with you again. So that is definitely my wave of twin flames, but don't know if it's going to be in the shot because remember Saint Germain's about clearing karma. So right, okay. Now what is next? What would help with inner union right now? What cards are you? Let's use these. What would help with inner union for the feminine or the masculine's feminine side? Deep inward journey. You'll be rewarded. Oh my God, look at the word then. You'll be rewarded for the work. How can you? Oh my God, there's that word again. How can you alchemize your fear? So again, divine feminine, you'll be rewarded for the work. You took a deep inward journey, which we're not just talking about a couple of weeks. We're not just talking about a moon cycle. We're not talking about even months or 6 months. We're talking about some of the divine feminines took a deep inward journey. And even on top of the deep inward journey, dark night of soul that you'd already went through, whether you're male or female, I feel you were guided to take another deep inward journey for like another couple of years on top of what you'd already done. Because I was actually reflecting on that only just over the weekend. That I've got some years in the recent years where it's like the lost years because I'm like the whole year was consumed with that, like going inwards and not really wanting to see anyone. Like that was definitely all of 2023. It's like I can't really tell you anything about that year that I'm struggling to think about things I actually liked about that year. And that again, that wasn't that long ago, was it? And then last year, there's energy picked up, but yeah, definitely, actually, definitely, I think it was like really, I would say 2022 and 2023 were really pretty shitty years for a lot of divine feminines, myself included. But on top of what you'd already went through. So again, you will be rewarded for the work. And so that's what I'm saying. If you resonate with that, along with the combinations of Joan of Arc, Saint Germain, I really do feel, the work that you've put in, all of the work that you've put in, you're going to be rewarded for the work. But also masculine, you're going to be rewarded for the work. You have followed on from your divine feminine, your muse, and you're going to be rewarded for the deep inner healing that you've done. And the thing is, it's really important for you to remember divine masculine does fast track ascension. So, but when I say fast track, it really just depends because I've thought about this one for my own journey. I was in my dark night soul for years, a lot longer than most people I've seen talking about. When a dark night of the soul is not something you're in for like 6 months, guys. You know what I mean? Like that's not a dark night of the soul. Some masculines might be able to do that, but it's more than likely that if you had a really rough dark night of the soul as a feminine, your masculine's going to get it pretty bad as well. Like I've spoke loads about, the fact that I had a spontaneous Kundalini awakening, extreme back pain, and then I was like super duper, even more psychic than what I've been my whole entire life. So, let's pray for mine if that happens. But it's intense because although you get the benefits of it, it's your world's apart from anyone around you. And I've been in that for 10 years now. So yeah, near enough. Just try it. It really just depends. It's hard to pinpoint when it happened to me. So twin flame, everything is possible. But interesting. So that is true. Twin flame, everything is possible. We've had 2 twin flame cards, but it's got a black swan in it. Side note, this is Aquarius and the internet. There could be another black swan event that happens anytime around now or this week, which really, with a combination of astrology, wouldn't surprise me in the slightest at all, because Sun conjunct Uranus and Taurus, electricity, electric shock, surprise and stuff. Aquarius moon right now, and into tomorrow, then it's Pisces moon. That's the internet, shock, surprise, and yeah, there's a lot of energy for like a black swan event right now, like a shocking one, like what happened when my mum and dad went to France, and I had foreseen that. I said to my mum, if you don't know this, where were you? But you know, I mean, you might be new. But I'd basically said to my mum, I've like seen that like planes are not going to be flying and stuff, and I don't know why. I just saw that plane, like, you know, weren't going to be flying, and it turned out that yeah, it was the biggest power cut in recent European history, I believe they called it. Um, and the reason I was being homed in on it especially is because my mum and dad now they were in France, but it did affect parts of France. It was reported it was Spain and Portugal, but it did affect parts of France. But thankfully, it wasn't where my mum and dad were. But who knows? That could have been because I was praying. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, but anyway, so that's just, we'll see. But I always just think that when I see the black swan. But for the twin flame journey, this is about, that's just like what I was saying, because you've increased your frequency, divine feminine, higher conscious awareness. You've eventually, by staying the course and knowing that the rewards come sometimes years down the line, you've got to play the Saturn long game. Your twin flame's now going to be matching your frequency at some point, and everything is possible. And that's why you should have confidence. You should have confidence in that. You know what I mean? Which there can be loads of things to waver your waver your confidence in that, you know, or humble you. So, like I said, again, I don't think people need me to tell them, but you could be thinking, oh yeah, they're totally like doing the work too, and then you get some kind of shock surprise of the not nice kind, like, all right, doesn't sound like they are. But you just never know, you know. Sometimes the masculines can put on a bit of a smoke screen, and then so be careful what gets carried back to you. But I don't know who that's going to resonate with, but I just know it will resonate. So, divine masculine. What the fuck was this card for again? What would help inner union? So yeah, what would help your, oh, how cool is that? What would help the inner union for the feminine and the masculine's feelings is keep on that deep inward inner journey if you're on it, but we're never kind of not on it. And if you feel like you've already done enough of that, just enjoy the rewards, because I feel they're coming. And remember, I did say, like, you know, but and it was not a coincidence that I was meeting my friend that night, but it's like, I feel the rewards are coming for the feminine in the case of like feeling like you want to see people again, where you feel like you might not have wanted to. Take that as it resonates, right? The masculine for your inner union. Oh, look, twin energy, Gemini energy. 32, when Pete. What the fuck? Drop the mic. I like the wee whatever I've done there. What have I been saying? Peace was coming through loud and clear, ironically, for the masculine, what the masculine's craving through the shorts, right? And now I've said it on this, and look what this says. This is for the masculine's inner union. When peace is your priority, negativity cannot exist. That's where the divine masculine's at, and the feminine's masculine side, your boundaries. How can you see through the eyes of source energy and prioritize your inner peace? God, I feel like I need to put that in the title. So that's what masculine, that's either where you're at and you'll know that, or this is what you're guided to do for your inner union. You need to make peace your priority. And when you make peace your priority, negativity cannot exist. And look, most of the time, I'm not going to say all the time, but near enough all of the time. That's my experience. And it's to do with that card that said about the frequency. Like, I spend a lot of time balancing, clearing energy blocks within myself, within other people. And like I said, I sage every single day. There's not a day really that, maybe every now and again I might miss a day, but most of the time I smudge the whole house every single day. I smudge myself after every interaction. I have my salt baths every day, sometimes two. You know what I mean? Like, I really do a lot of work and obviously praying every day for myself and others, and it all does add up to a lot. Like, you will be rewarded for the work. It's just the rewards for the work might not be in the form of your twin flame just yet. But I feel like for this one, it is going that way. But let's just be open to the rewards overall. Because, like I said, you know, not to be cheesy about it, but I really loved spending time with one of my best friends recently because it had been ages since I've caught up with her. And it's just really simple things like that. And it's funny because with a few, like I said, with a few close friends that I've got like sort of certain things that I do with all of them. Like, you know, I've got like one of my friends, it's like we're kind of like grannies and it's like cups of tea and cake and catching up. And she's got kids, so it's like I love her, you know, playing with her kids and stuff. And then it's like my other friend, it's like it seems to be like, you know, takeaways or kind of like and just like talking all night and stuff. And then like I just saw Holy Grail Union. And then my other friend's a mixture of the things I just said actually with my other best friend. And then mother wanted to be like walks and coffee. Do you know what I mean? So like it's very simple stuff, but it's like I'm really grateful for these wee moments like that. And it's funny, although I'm talking about my girl pals, it's like that's the energy of what I feel the masculine wanting with the feminine. Like it's really simple kind of stuff that actually doesn't need to cost any money. Although I do feel they want to like show you that you matter and surprise you and stuff with things that will cost money. It's like it's this masculine's just wanting to just spend time with you. Right, okay. So so that's that I like that. That's the message. If you're the divine feminine, don't keep hermiting and keep holding yourself back. If you're feeling like you want to spend time with people and it's going to basically if you feel like it's going to uplift you, do it, whether it's people coming to yours or you're going to theirs or go and walk or blah blah blah. But tune into when you're like actually today I don't really feel like, you know, it's just common sense, but some people need to hear it because at one point on the journey it was important that you do isolate yourself for unusual amounts of time. But I don't feel for a lot whatever one I'm tuning into. It's like, you know, keep enjoy your life, and I think that's actually helping the masculine come out of like overly hermit because I feel the masculine. Let's just say I feel the masculine could be in this energy of like feeling like it's going to take forever for them to come out of this mode, whereas I think you've done the work, right? So what have we got for? Let's pull another one for feminine because I've kind of got lost in the sauce of this. Karmic purge mirror reflections. Yeah. So again, I feel you've went through an intense karmic purge. I feel they're saying the feminine, you've went through this years ago, and then again you've went through having difficult karmic situations wherever they arise, and then the masculine has too, possibly could still be in them. But again, this one just feels like this is like close to a union. The masculine karmic relationship release in the past. So, oh, I wonder with it, and then look, there is shit. Right. So I think that's why it's a bit. I have to be honest. Like most of the energy I'm feeling with this is very peaceful and calm, and it's nice that there's none of the karmic bullshit. You know, I can't really. It's like I can't feel a lot of it. But I do feel that it is there for some of you. Because look what the masculine's got when I asked that karmic relationship and twin flame. So for a few select divine masculines, I feel you could be exiting a karmic relationship very soon, or you've recently exited something and you'll be quickly into a twin flame union. Not the way that it's going to happen for everyone, but for some people, that's what I can see. Everything's possible. It's one of these, again, this is what I've been channeling for months, years in some cases, but it is one of these kind of like, oh my God, how the fuck's all that happened in someone's life? Like, you know, they're away from the wrong person and they're with the right person. And it's divine timing and divine alignment and things getting shuffled about to how they're meant to be. That also is kind of screaming false twin flame, true twin flame stuff. That could be some of the masculines that have been hoodwinked and with the wrong person and realizing that was a karmic lesson that they need to release. They want to release and that they realize it sounds like somebody valuing themselves. when you value yourself, you'll look around at the things that you're settling for, friendships, love, the way family are treating you, and you'll be like, I'm not fucking putting up with this anymore. The only exception, a song called The Only Exception just came on. So whatever that means. Yeah, look, when you increase your frequency, higher conscious awareness. Yeah. So because I think they wanted to not bring in so much of the karmic drama, but there's a little bit of it coming in here because it's like this masculine that I'm tapping into. It's like I feel you're having like this monumental spiritual awakening, almost a breakdown for some people, or you've already went through this. And because you've like increased your frequency, you just don't align with the same things anymore. And with some people that could be like more kind of dramatic than with others. So right. So here is so what cards are we? Right. So a possible soul retrieval that this is for whether it's for a feminine or a masculine. A possible soul retrieval that you might need is move your body, get your blood moving, dance, run, shake. But look, that's interesting. There's a card about like get dressed up and go and have fun. And this is talking about dancing, move your body. I can think of other things where you move your body, but you know what I'm saying? It's like there is something about it, but also all jokes aside, I mean, it's not joking, is it? But it's kind of like Saturn, because you do need to move your body. If this is the Kundalini energy, if you're on your own, well, when you're with the person too, but if you're on your own, that Kundalini energy is wanting to move from the lower chakras up your back. You know what I mean? So it's like literally move your. You'll fucking know if you've got it because it's agony. You'll want to move your body. Like so, if you're kind of wriggling about with this back pain that's not fucking off, and the doctor can't find out, Kundalini awakening, baby. Been there, done that. Helped a lot of people. Wearing the t-shirt. Something amazing's about to happen. Yeah. But also Saturn going in Aries is about the body. So there will be a more heavy focus on the body for a long, long time. Right. So, but I feel that that is about somebody needing an energy clearing to move the trapped energy in your body. So you'll know if that's you. Book a session if you're guided. Right. Another one. Oh, two came out. Occupy your being. Reside fully in your skin. Merge with every, wait a minute, merge soul with every cell. But again, that is screaming energy clearing to me. Reside fully in your skin. So I said this to someone recently, and I'm going to be doing a session like that at some point this week because the person that expressed it, it was actually, well, they said what they were feeling. And then I said, oh, that is what would help you. And it was a past life regret. Well, it was actually a future life regression because the person had expressed like being confused about what their head, their heart, and their gut was telling them. And I was like, well, there's actually a session I do where we can ask what each is saying. Because this is the thing, although you might think I'm somebody to be like, oh yeah, follow your heart, because most of the time I'm going to say that, right? Because I'm a divine feminine and that is about following the heart. But to be in balance with it, I'm in balance of my masculine and feminine, but there are some times where you do need to listen. Your head is going to be the right option, right? There are some times when your heart is going to be the right option. And then there's other times you need to trust your gut. There's different circumstances. So it's quite a powerful session that if you really are in conflict over something. But anyway, that's what I feel with that. Ancestral clearing. Clear what you may be carrying from those before. Again, 44 could be significant too. That is something I'm doing with people all the time, ancestral healing. I mean, most shamans do, but specifically with me, with the way my chart is aligned with my fourth house, which is family, ancestors, your roots, in Pisces, which is the past. Both these signs are about the past. That's why I'm very good at helping people with their past lives, whether it's the problems in the past in this life or in any area of life, whether it's family, friends, lovers, work, or whether it's past lives, you know what I mean? So, right, what's the next one? Right, so what do we need to know about the future of the connections? All the people that were resonating with this, what do we need to know? What do we need to know about the future of these connections? Affection. Showing affection creates a loving bond. I mean, that's really simple, but that kind of fits through what's coming through. Whether I think this is showing affection through being a good friend to your person. I feel this is primarily coming from the masculines that I was tapping into really strongly, wanting to actually show affection. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but it's like that is a thing where it's like if this person has come off like they did not give a fuck, very cold, aloof, like everybody else out there was more exciting than you. This person wants to create that loving bond, to bring that back, to show that they do care. That makes a lot of sense, I would say, with this. But in other cases, they want to show affection in a lot more kind of juicier ways than a friendship. But that's what's coming through there. Mistakes. Sorry, that's kind of funny the way that came through because I get. Oh no! Now I need to get my compose yourself, Claire. It's like that's clear with the way I was saying that the mistake could have been in the past, however long ago this was. For some of you, it won't have been that long ago. For some of you, this could have been ages ago. Whenever the last person was your radar, we all make mistakes. Like they could have come towards you. Um, you know what I mean? That could have been the person's go-to energy as come on, baby, I'm here for a good time. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't want to be your friend, like, because they don't. To be real, this person does not want to be your friend. They want to be your lover, but they are sincere. Someone close to you is sincere. So that's really funny for that combination. Reciprocate, express shared feelings. Like, this person wants to express the shared feelings that they have for you and possibly have had for you all along. Step by step, brick by brick, step by step, I'm becoming the person you deserve. So this could even be some kind of communication coming forward, like I'm becoming the person I've always wanted to be, and I'm becoming the person that I believe you deserve. And I can't stop reminiscing, dwelling like about the memories. I can't stop like thinking about you. Right. Um, uh, right, a new earth message. What will we use for that? Let's use these, and then I'll get some messages from the masculine, the feminine, and then I'll finish this, and I'll do a wee bit of mediumship Monday. I don't think I'm not going to sit there if there's nobody there, but what have we got? Give me one for the feminine. Oh, okay. Crown, right to know, go beyond attachments, divine alignment. But this makes perfect sense. If you are the divine feminine, you have done the work to clear your chakras, to balance your chakras. You'll do very much similar to me in your own way, that you will keep at that daily for yourself and others if that is your job. But even if it's not your job, like even if that is not your one-to-one work with people, true divine feminines, that are like grid workers and like said, key code holders and all these kind of different words, you will just intuitively be led to do work for the collective. Because like I said, I do a lot of work for the collective in my sleep. That's why I believe I'm always tired. But I've went through years of my life where I like when I was walking on the beach every day for 2 hours. That wasn't just for me, like doing that for obviously it benefits my health in every way, but it was for the collective too. It's like I'm seeding that energy. Just like when I get led to go to different parts of Scotland and that for ley lines and stuff. So yeah, divine alignment. Things are coming into divine alignment, and you're fully tapped on at the crown chakra. Could have been for many years, or if you're divine feminine, that's not been on the journey for years and years and years, but you're. I would say you've been on it a couple of years if you're at that stage though, because this is like I said, this is not people that are brand new, because this feels like you're about to be rewarded for all the work that you put in. So you think meeting your twin flames a walk in the park and it's like easy, then you're listening to the wrong people. Right. So divine masculine, creation, unique. Oh, there's that word again, expression, flow of creation, joyfulness. Yeah, that is what I was feeling, wasn't it? It's like the dominant masculine energy that I'm feeling is somebody that's like so grateful to be either almost reaching the light at the end of the tunnel and what they see is peace, and they see you as their peace. But also just wanting to like their joy is going to a lot of their joy this person that all the people that I'm treating, like they feel how funny. This is funny to me. I'm saying I'm going into a bit of a daze, and like my eyes are homing in on it's a painting that it was a divine masculine woman painted for me. God, it was like 2019 or something. And I've said before, like I contacted her and I didn't hear back. So there's always a chance. If I don't think she must watch these and because I'm sure she would have got in touch by now. But just in case she does ever watch this at any point, it's this beautiful painting of a couple walking along the beach, and she basically painted it from a picture that I had put up from where I live. And the only difference was she'd like painted a wee silhouette of like a couple walking at sunset. So you know what I mean? Like I do feel that's like the energy that I'm feeling. Like it's little moments like that don't even need to cost any money. Like this person daydreams about things like that, as well as all the other different sorts of things. But that's joyfulness. That's where the masculine's at. That's there's that word again, expression. Authentic expression. Words are powerful. Truth. Yeah. There's a lot of powerful words and expression coming forward from the people that ghosted, from the people that couldn't find the words for how they felt, for how confused and indecision they were about who you were to them and everything that you brought up in them, or for how strongly they feel about you. But like I've said many times before, that can just sometimes be this person ghosted you because they knew they wanted to come back to you, but they weren't ready at the time. We know how I feel about that. I've already said, but right. So it's all just things that get created so that so that you don't get together at the wrong time. Right. So with that being said, what does the masculine want to say to the feminines that That's funny. A song just came on called Decode. Wait a minute. I don't know this band, and I don't think I really like them. It's not like I don't not like them, but I don't think I like this music. Paramore top 10 or so. Hello, Charlotte. How are you doing? I'm just going to do Mediumship Monday. Changing the channel, but it said decode, and I'm just laughing because it's like what I've just been decoding what these messages were. What does the masculine want to say about everything that's come through the group of masculines? Because that was really generally quite a lovely message of, I would say, Saint Germain guiding a group of twin flames to clear karma, and you've went through the roughest part of it, and there's rewards very, very a lot closer than what you might think. So just keep enjoying, if you're the feminine, keep enjoying your life and being in the present moment. And I feel it's really pulling this masculine out of being in a stuck place. So many songs remind me of you. This person's hearing songs that remind them of you, that's having them reminiscing. I really dropped the whole deck there. I want to follow my heart. I'm still healing wounds from a past relationship. So, based on everything else that came through here, I feel this person has been healing wounds from a past relationship or many past relationship wounds, like a karmic pattern that keeps reoccurring. And now they want to follow their heart. But for some of you, it could still be that somebody is still healing from a past relationship if it tied into the bit with the cards that were like that. So, no one makes me feel the way you do. Yeah, you see, and I feel that's tapping into that collective that didn't come through strong, but there's definitely a collective of people that somebody is, because you've been healing your inner child, you've been doing a lot of healing, and you've healed so much that you've fallen out of frequency with whoever's around you. And for some of you, you could have been with a karmic partner and been under some kind of illusion that this was a good thing, and you've woke up to it. The usual, but it's very strong. I can feel it. And it's like this person's having to readjust, but I don't, it's like whatever that shift is, it's not like there's not a long transition period. I want to follow my heart. It feels like people that have been settling in things where they could have always been wanting to be with the divine feminine, and like something was holding them up or something. I don't want to lose you. I never expected to feel this way about you. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, whatever that all means to someone, it's like this person it's like you were a dream to them, and they've told themselves they couldn't have the dream. And now this person's raised their frequency enough to be like, that dream is mine and I'm going to get it. But it depends what they've had to, come out of. Whatever that means, right? Okay, so last wee card. What have we got for the feminine? Hello, exactly what I said, because they're just talking through me. Enjoy every moment of your life, divine feminines, all divine feminines, no matter where you're at in the journey. But that was exactly what I said before this, because they're just using me as a mouthpiece. And the masculine's feminine side. Yeah, look, enjoy activities. Take up an activity that will bring you joy. You know? Right, so masculine. Whoa, sometimes I get a good feeling. I think that's what that is. Did you hear a little bit of that? I love that song. Everybody wanna know why I'm walking around with a big smile on my face. Actually, that's the mix of it, isn't it? I love that mix of that, but that's the original one. Yeah, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But there's a mix of the two songs. What is that song called again? I'm just recording that because I don't think I've got. Oh, actually, 2012 could be significant to this journey. That actually is for a lot of twin flames. Yeah, look, that's not even the deck I'm using. I hid who I really am from you. So if that resonates too, this person hid a huge part of themselves from you. And again, I feel it's a huge part they hid from you is that they had much deeper feelings. Right. I think is it a it's not a lesso, is it? But it's like the one the one I like is like mixed with words. Everybody wanna know why I'm walking around with a big smile on my face. That could be relevant for the masculine because I keep singing that bit. Kindness. Being kind to yourself will help you realize the potential within. So yeah, now that's not a very nice message, but again, there's a hospital. Oh, this is a funny video. There's a hospital scene on that video. So some of the masculines, you could have been going through some ill health, but it's like a lotus flower or some kind of flower comes out of the man's mouth. So do you know what I mean? I could see how the weird way that they're showing it that could be like going through a spiritual transformation. Because again, like I've said many times before, it can look like you're going crazy when you're going through a spiritual awakening, but you're actually awakening up to your true self. Dreams. Pay attention to your dreams, masculines. It's time to follow your dreams and aspirations, right? I'm going to put the shorts for tomorrow because, regardless of whenever this manifests for people or the shorts, although I mentioned the dates on the shorts, this is similar energy. It's time to follow your dreams and aspirations. It's fate and destiny. Focus. Stay focused to complete your projects. And again, I feel in this case, what you're guided to be focused on is prioritizing the union. Avicii, that's it. I always get Alesso and Avicii mixed up. It's basically how it goes, isn't it? Right. So that's that. I am now starving. Um, and I've had well, I don't know about plenty to eat, but I've been eating better. My portions aren't as big, so I'm like, oh god. But I will eat something after I do mediumship Monday. Just a wee snacky snack. So right, if you're going to join me, I will see you on mediumship Monday. So I'm literally just going to end this and come back. So yeah, I hope this resonated with well everyone. It can't resonate with everyone, but also the song that's on now is "This Girl Is on Fire." This girl is on it. That's all it says. So whether you're a girl on fire or a man on fire or a boy or whatever the fuck you want to, you keep doing your thing. That's very Venus and Aries right now, without the shadow of the retrograde, I might add. So it is go time because before you know it, and I think it's in June, we go back into Mercury retrograde and it'll be slowing shit down again. So I would be taking that action while you feel it. So see you later. Different for different people. Well, see you in a minute.